So the pain point for the agent is there's technology out there. Are you working with somebody who's accessible, or are you working with somebody who's got a shiny object, but you can hardly get anybody on the phone?
That's a much better way to say it than the way I said it.
Okay, so yeah, I found agent from that perspective. The way support works with iFoundAgent is, for the most part, we have our customers send an email support ticket into support.
Right.
And our promise generally is within the business day, if we get it in the morning, we're going to get to it by the afternoon. But if you send it to us at 6 o'clock at night, we may not get to it till the next morning.
Right. Because we're human beings. I
We're
mean,
human beings and we're not a huge company. And we work 9 to 5, except with emergencies where websites are down or the network's down or something. And
right.
the IDX goes down or something, and we have to deal with it in a quick fashion. But for, hey, I want to change my bio, we can do that, and you send that request in late in the day, we're not going to get to it till the next day, generally.
Well, it's laughable to me how some companies, and again, I'm referring to the larger ones, will be like, we offer 24/7 report. Who do you think is going to talk to you or deal with your issue at 2 a.m.?
Right,
Somebody that knows what they're doing? No. We're people. Okay. We eat dinner, we sleep, we have families and stuff like that. But we care about solving your problem at the same time. So yes,
right,
exactly. You get it in at 9 a.m., very likely it's going to get handled that day. You get in at 6 p.m., yeah, it's going to be tomorrow. I mean, it's
right,
just logic.
right. So the typical email in, if we see it, sometimes we just have a video answer where we already have a video in our knowledge base that says, hey, here's how you do that. And I'm on the iFoundAgent.com website. And if our customers come to our site under our support tab, we have a section called knowledge base. You click that, and we have a whole lot of stuff in here,
Right.
from working with the campaign system, working with WordPress. We have, I mean, right there, just between there, you've got 130 videos or 120 videos. So there's a lot just in those two sections: how to put in a video on your website, how to use PDFs on your website, social media settings on your website. Let's say you change your Facebook page and you want to fix that for yourself. Well, we tell you how to do it. So there's a whole lot of different resources on our site. But, if an agent sends in a request, we review the request and we either do it right then, or the support assigns it to me. I handle a lot of the campaign contact manager, CRM questions. I handle a lot of that stuff for the company because that's what I spend my day in and out of. And then our other support guys, we have one who does our heavy lifting programming stuff. If there's something he needs to work at, we figure out a plan for him to get that done. And then there's our production staff who handles all of, just design, editing, how do you do blog postings like that, or hey, I want to change my logo, or I want to change the slider rotating images on my homepage. That kind of stuff gets done by our production staff. So it just depends what the issue is. And is it a bug? Is it something we need to teach you? Is it something we just need to do for you? Um, it just
So
depends what it is, and depends how quickly we get it done.
a lot of agents don't want to deal with trying to troll through videos. I mean, a lot of agents do. People we're different. Some are more hands-on with certain things and some are not. Um, so let's say you have a website that's up, rolling, doing its thing. And the agent wants to make some, I would say, significant changes to it. Maybe just do some things that are more active or fun or whatever. Do you have a service where they can reach out to you and say, this is what I want to do or done, but I want you to do it for me. I don't want to do it. I mean, you can offer, iFoundAgent or any site can offer instructions and videos on how to do things, but I don't want to. I'm hands off. I don't want to manage my site. I don't want to upgrade my site. I don't want to integrate my site on my social media. I want to pay somebody to do it for me, because I know there's a certain, it's a gray area, right? Because we offer support and we want to do things for you, but we can't keep doing things to your site for free. You just can't. You offer,
Right.
there's a certain service we offer with the premium site, platinum site, up to 100 contacts and this and that. But there's things that go beyond that. And I know we've talked a little bit about our concierge service, and that's where I think iFoundAgent can go above and beyond. A lot of, here's a video. Well, I don't have time for that, and I don't want to do that. I just want iFoundAgent to do that for me. What's it going to cost me? Can you do things like that?
So on point, yeah, we have some agent customers of ours who pay what we call a priority service fee. So they pay an extra 50 to $100 a month. And generally when their support tickets come in, we're just like, they go to the head of the line and we get their work done for them. Going back to the knowledge base thing that I just discussed, if a support ticket comes in that says, I need to change my logo, please use this one, we don't respond with, well, here's a video on how to do it yourself. Like,
Right.
we're not doing that. Like,
Right.
if an agent says, how do I do a blog post? That's interpreted as somebody who wants to learn how to do it and be empowered to do it themselves. So we have,
Right.
it's either here's a video or come to training. I encourage agents to come to training. We do trainings twice a week and they're live, and we dig into stuff when we get, when an agent comes to class and asks questions, we dig into it and solve what they're trying to solve. I'd say 95% of the time they leave with an answer. And
Right.
then there's stuff like, oh, I don't know that I've thought of that one before. So we have to figure it out. And then we get back to them and tell them what to do or how to do it, or
Right.
we can't do that. So,
Right.
which happens, occasionally it's like, yeah, we can't do that. But, 95 to 100% of the time, not quite 100% of the time, but we have a solution and we figure it out. And then they're off and running. But for, general website maintenance, changing pictures, changing logos, changing bio content, etc. If the agent says, please fix this, we fix it, or
Yeah.
please change this. And then for the platinum service you talked about, yeah, part of this service is if you have us start homeowner campaigns for your homeowner sphere, and let's say next month you have 2 closings and you have 2 new buyers that you want to start campaigns for, you just send those into support and we knock them out. So we turn them on for you. So there is ongoing support for the campaign system for sure. It's less on the buyer side. Mostly because you're wanting to set up a buyer search on a Saturday after you met somebody and you want to turn them on. How immediate does that need to be done? We're not necessarily doing that kind of work on a weekend. So if you as an agent want to use your site for that type of work, which you should, in our opinion, versus using the MLS, that's an easy thing to learn how to do. It's not hard to use our system to do search campaigns for a buyer, to cultivate them, to send them new listings immediately as they hit the market, and then some type of recurring summary email that they get at once a week, once a month, once every 3 days or whatever it is, depending on what frequency you as the agent want to set them up
Right.
at. Um, so we also we have folks who use our system for farming, and that's a pay to play. You gotta, that's not something we're including in sort of a monthly service at this point. It's, you provide a list, we charge you to turn on that customer, that farming list. So there is it's a fee, but we're, um, it's at this point, we don't have a program designed for that on an ongoing basis.
So if I send you a list of 100 homeowners that I've closed, and you're going to, integrate that as opposed to 100 people that I want in my, I don't know, neighborhood that I want to farm, what's the difference?
Well, the difference is your return on investment. So we know that your homeowner sphere will have a higher return on investment for you than a farming list. Farming list takes longer to develop. It's in our world, it's additional marketing. Like it's above and beyond what our signature service is saying, do this first. And so it's a, if we've got your homeowner campaigns running for your past clients, great. You're doing what our system's designed for at the highest level. The next level down is, now you're farming 500 people or 100 people or 1,000 people. We have some folks that are farming 5 to 10,000 people a month. That's a service we would charge to put together for you, because that's going to take some time.
But it's doable.
But totally doable. And we've built the resources to handle that in a pretty quick fashion, where that used to take you as an agent weeks to put together.
Oh yeah, it's a drag.
But we now can do it. Like, I can take a database of 500 people in a community and launch those in a couple, like in an hour, where that used to take 5 days, because we had to draw every polygon per person, that and it took a long time. We used to charge $4, $3 to $4 a contact back, 3-4 years ago. And then we built the bulk tools that we have today. And now you can, one polygon and you got 500 people and you're done. And you're now marketing those 500 people. So we charge for that. That's kind of a premium service. And an agent can come learn how to do it.
Right. Either or. I mean, and I think that's one of the things that I do love about us is, there's an option there, because there's agents who just be like, I want this, but I don't want to pay for it, or I don't want to do it. So
Yeah.
Can you quote me? Yep. This is, what are you looking for? Okay. Or they'll just be like, how do I learn how to do this? Okay, here's how to do it yourself. If you want to, and some agents may have an admin person that they pay, to do stuff, that they kind of learn the basics on how to do it through your support and the video support. They can say, hey, input all this crap for me, and they do it that way.
Yeah.
So it's the flexibility to fit an individual agent's needs, whether it's somebody that's always been more like me, who survives on my sphere, and my little farm. That's my, I just make a living. I don't do a gazillion sales, or it's a real heavy hitter who just is looking, who does a high volume. We can serve either. And that's what's so cool in the way that works for them.
Yeah.
It's not like, here's a can, figure out what works for you. You go into some of these larger the ones, I don't want to slam another website company, but let's just say a large provider, and it's like, here's what we have. We have so much flexibility. That's what I always loved about being an independent broker back in the day. I could do whatever was profitable in real estate at the time. Was it flips? Was it property management? Was it this? Was it that? And that's what I always loved. And that's one thing that I see so much in iFoundAgent and you and us is we have that, we have the ability to serve in any different way the agent's needs.
Yeah, we're a flexible shop because we're small and we're not we're not roped into, oh, that's our policy per
Right.
se. Like we have
Right.
our, I heard it once, there's your rules and there's your policy, and then there's the way we do things.
Oh, yes.
So we're a small enough shop that, hey, now I've had people come to me who've had cancer diagnosis and have said, hey, I got to take 4 months and go through chemo. I'm not going to be in real estate. I don't want to take my website down. Do you have a way to help me? And we'll knock their pricing down for 4 months while they're away from the game, because they don't want to take their website down. They want it still there for their customers. And then we'll just leave it up to them and say, look, come back when you're ready to go. And sure enough, 5 months later, we'll get a phone call. Hey, I'm back at it. You can start charging me again, or charging me. Like, it's not that we go for free, but we will give them a reduced rate if they ask, and then there's other folks that they've never done anything with their website and they've been paying, and we get the phone call that says, hey, I want to cancel because my website's not doing anything for me. And then we go in and look at their, we go look at what they've done. And it's easy. This is a guy. So Susan, you're somebody who says, hey, I want to cancel. My website's not doing anything for me. And I'll come in to their website and I'll look at the dashboard. I mean, this is an easy thing for me to do. And I look right here. I look at their stats. And this tells me, are they using their website or not? And I'll look and it'll be zeros. And I'll say, okay, well, you bought this system from us and you're aware of this system, because everybody who buys our system is aware of it, because we have that conversation. Again, we're a small shop. I talk to just about everybody who signs up with our system, and I have that conversation. Look, you haven't done a thing. So then I refresh their memory on what our system does. And then I'll challenge them. Hey, look, I'll knock your price down for a couple of months, but you have to promise me you're going to do something, or you're going to get me your database, and then I'm going to put them into play. So I have somebody right now I'm working with the same thing. She was going to cancel. She's had such an old website with us that it was broken. And it wasn't working. And she's like, well, I don't know how long well, I said, well, do you need to upgrade? She's like, I don't want to pay for something that hasn't worked. And I'm like, well, you haven't touched it, so it's not going to work. And then we talked about what our system does. And she's like, okay, now I'm inspired. So we upgraded her site, and I'm waiting for her to get her database to me. She's still paying what she was paying, but she now has an upgraded site, and I'm waiting for her database. I'm going to get on the horn this week and say, yo, we met our part of the bargain. Where's yours? So anyway, we'll look at stuff like this and work with agents because we know what this is producing for agents who are using it. That, I mean, we're not puffing smoke over here. We're getting real value. Agents are getting real value out of this type of statistics going on where these are real clicks coming to their website and they're having real conversations with their people where they weren't before, about real estate. So I don't know if that answers your question, but we're a small, flexible shop who can negotiate. Real estate's a negotiating business.
Well,
Um,
that's just it is we, iFoundAgent serves our clients the same way that an agent would serve their clients. In other words, it's that connection, that personal, what do you need? What do you want? How can we help you be successful? How can we, provide what your particular needs are for your particular sale, for your particular situation, and make that work for you instead of some giant, this is the way we do things, this is the way we do things, da da da. Today's coaching that's out there for real estate agents, whether it be a large coaching organization like a Tom Ferry, coaching, or small team lead coaching their, 8 or 10 agents, kind of doesn't matter. They're teaching ways for the agent to connect on a personal level with their prospects and their clients, right?
yeah,
Which iFoundAgent does, by the way, for you. And not only that, we do that for our agents. So it's like the same expectation and that same level of service that you're wanting to provide your folks with, we want to provide to you. So it's very symbiotic, if you will.
yeah, it's exactly what you just said. We provide service for our customers that we know they provide for their customers,
Yeah.
and we're not in the business for working for free. Like
No, of
I have
course
a
not.
house payment. I gotta pay the bills just like our customers do. And it takes a little bit of working together to move everybody down the road. It takes a village, like
That's real estate sales. That's exactly what it's like with when you get a listing. It's this, you know, I can't do this for free, but what's going on? How can we do this?
right. Yeah,
So,
it is the nature of what we do as real estate agents and real estate professionals and serving, ultimately it's serving the real estate consumer. How
yep,
best can we serve them?
yep. I love that.
Yeah. So, and that's really what, iFoundAgent has been focused on for many years now is really this, just the campaign system alone. What do homeowners want from realtors they know?
Right.
Listings, not recipes. It's not a shiny new object. It's
No, it's not. It's
a
beautiful.
very pragmatic, practical
Hmm.
way of an agent marketing themselves, utilizing the automation and recurrence of communication,
Yep.
but also filling that gap of spontaneity, for to
Hmm.
use that term. That's the listing sign that pops up. And I'll say it for a homeowner in their neighborhood, that's spontaneous. But in a similar way, for a buyer, they're doing a 3-bedroom, 2-bath search in a city, a zip code, anywhere in the country, really. There's a new property that hits the market.
Yep.
That's a spontaneous thing for them. And, that's the beauty of an MLS search or putting a search together for somebody using iFoundAgent
Right.
is, the the drip campaigns to a buyer about getting pre-qualified or the steps to buying a home are just, they're automatic recurring touches,
Right.
but that listing that pops up for sale tomorrow at 2 in the afternoon that goes out to that person, that's a spontaneous touch. And for real estate, it's a critical time to be in front of somebody.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
That's what we really have focused on with how iFoundAgent works with an agent's, end consumer base on both the homeowner
Absolutely.
and buyer side. I hope that covers what we've been talking about with we're small, we're adaptable, we have some packages that um, we can provide priority service and go the extra mile to do things